Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at the 2022 vintage of Gold Rider. This is by Firestone, and this is a blended ale aged in cognac barrel and orange bitters barrel with fresh lemon juice. I have never seen this before. I do not know the ABV. It is done by Firestone Walker Brewing Company. Let's check it out. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome to the End of the Day Beer Review, and today we are going to be looking at the 2022 Gold Rider Vintage Number 1. This is by Firestone Walker Brewing Company, and it is blended ale aged in cognac barrels and orange bitters barrels with fresh lemon juice. And there's a whole story on the back, and I'll just go through that really quick. Our brewery began in 1996 when we delved into the rare art of fermenting beer in oak barrels. 10 years later, we took our barrel machinations to the next level by aging beer in vessels inherited from bourbon houses and other spirit producers. Ever since, the resulting beers have flown under the banner of Proprietor's Vintage Series. Gold Rider is a high-concept hybrid beer inspired by the Sidecar cocktail. The story of this beer began when we brewed a base beer with an infusion of Central Coast white wine. After fermentation, we aged the beer in 500-liter French cognac barrels for 2 years, with a separate portion matured in orange bitters barrels. Finally, we incorporated a touch of fresh squeezed lemon juice to elevate the experience. The result is a distinct barrel-aged beer whose ingredients and flavors faithfully mirror the experience of enjoying a classic sidecar. And you should enjoy this at 45 to 55 degrees. Now, I've never had this before, but I am a fan of not the sidecar, but I am definitely a fan of the old-fashioned, and I do like orange bitters. Now, have I aged this myself? I have not. I was actually at Wegmans in New Jersey last week, and I found this on one of the shelves. And if you look, here's the actual bottle, and it says that it is 11% ABV. So this has got a wow, this has got a heavy ABV to it. It also says that this is a California beer company that makes this. So Gold Rider Number 1 2022 Vintage Series. So this is from 2022. So right now, this is about 2 years old. Now I do not see a firm date on this. It says that the OJ is 28, the IBU is 27, that they produced 1,400 cases, and it's a British ale yeast, and I just cannot read that other part. So I'm really sort of excited to see what this is like, and I have to give credit to my wife, because I wasn't going to buy this, and she was like, that sounds really interesting, you should give it a try. And I had not read the box while we were in the Wegmans, so you know, like now that I'm home, I'm sort of excited. I really do not know what to expect from this beer. All right, I am using a snifter because I want to be able to get the full aroma of this beer, and it's one that I have not tried before, so I really like to see everything about it. Let's see what it pours like. And it pours a dark golden color. There's a good amount of carbonation here. In fact, I mean, is it an amber color? It's definitely, yeah, I think it's sort of an amber, like lager color. About a pinky's worth of very, very white head. I know it's coming up on camera. I can see it as sort of a blackish color there. It's really not. It's really like a reddish brown. The camera is not doing it justice color-wise. Let's check the nose. That smells excellent. I'm getting the oakiness from the barrels. I'm getting some vanilla. I'm getting some orange. I don't know where the vanilla is coming from. Might just be me. The head has dissipated pretty quickly. I have to be honest, it has a very, very, it reminds me of some other barrel-aged beer I've had, and I just can't place it. I'm just not sure. But it's really Very interesting nose on this. That's what I'm smelling. It smells like butterscotch. There's a butterscotch aroma to this that is really enjoyable. All right, you know what? A little bit of lacing on the glass. I poured a little bit too much in here. Some serious legs too, which is nice for an 11%er. You know, I wish I had opened this with someone else. Sorry, Kevin. All right, you know what? Let's give it a taste. Oh my God. That is really complex. So to me, it tastes a lot like butterscotch, but it's weird, the tasting experience. God, this is so complex. So I'm getting butterscotch on the back two sides of my tongue. Dead center, I'm getting some orange. I'm getting that flavor of the cognac. There's an oakiness here that's really, really very mellow. It's not a bourbon oakiness. It's just a really, really almost like a hint of that oak. There's definitely orange in this. This is freaking great. Wow. Cognac up front, the orange in the middle, butterscotch on the sides. The alcohol is not even perceivable there. I get no booze flavor from this at all. This is outstanding. No two ways about it. The funny thing is, when I was at Wegmans, there are like 20 of these on the shelf, and I think this one bottle cost $9.99, which, I mean, let's be honest, $10 for a bottle of beer is not cheap. But I have to tell you, this is one of those beers that I think you're going to sit back and you're going to sip slowly and you're going to enjoy it. And you know, even since I've opened the bottle and it started to pull some of the heat out of my hands, the flavor is developing even more. And that butterscotch aroma is real, not aroma, flavor is coming through a great deal more. That is really fantastic. And I'll tell you something, at 11% ABV, you would not know it. The carbonation is spot on. As you get to the back of your tongue, it sort of releases all those flavors into your sinuses. You get a really, really amazing sort of flavor profile there. That's very enjoyable. Where would I set this beer? This is not a beer I'm going to have with a meal. This is a beer for sharing. This is a beer for, how else can I put it? This is a beer to talk about. This is very good. Now, unfortunately, I've never had a sidecar. So if a sidecar is like this, I may have to try one because this is excellent. Yeah, and I'm also getting now just a hair of lemon right on, almost like the very tip of my tongue. There seems to be that sweetness that I associate with a sort of, you know, a sweetened lemon juice. This is outstanding. Really, really enjoyable. I wish I had bought another one. The next time I'm in New Jersey, I will definitely look for another one. Actually, I'm going to look for another one of these in my local shop to see if they have it, because if they do, I'm definitely picking it up. Again, I have to tell you, you know, like, I have tried other stuff by Firestone Walker, and I thought it was good. This fits in that category of being excellent. This is one that if you see, I would really pick up. A really nice flavor profile, an enjoyable sipper type of beer. One that you could sit around, share amongst friends, and really discuss, because the flavors are so complex. I really wonder if we had another person, if I had another person in the bar right now, if they would have the same flavor interaction that I'm having with it, because right now, it's just such an enjoyable beer to drink. I really would recommend that if you see it, get it. So again, let me just go through one last time. This is Golden Rider, the 2022 vintage, and this is blended ale aged in cognac barrels and orange bitters barrels with fresh lemon juice. And it is supposed to mirror the drink, a Sidecar, which I have not had. But I will tell you this, if you see this in your local bottle shop, I would definitely pick it up. This is excellent. Definitely, you know, the question is it worth the $10? I would say yes. Yeah, I would definitely pick it up. It is an enjoyable drinking beer. It is a sipping beer. It's one of those ones that you can sit back, you know, during the wintertime by the fire and just really enjoy as you drink. And I have no doubt as the evening continues that this is going to develop, you know, flavor-wise into a little bit more than it is right now. In fact, I almost feel like pausing the camera, waiting a half an hour, but I just don't have the time to do that today. This is very good, and if you see it, I would definitely pick it up. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, throw some comments down below. If you've had this particular beer, Gold Rider by Gold Rider Vintage Number 1, the 2022, I would love to hear your feedback on it, but I have to tell you, for me, definitely one that I would check out again. Probably next time I go to that Wegmans, I'm gonna try and grab 2 of these and cellar them and see where they, you know, turn or how they turn out in another year or so. Anyway, folks, I hope you've enjoyed the review, and I will see you next time on another day beer review. Cheers, I'm gonna go back, finish this one off. Have a good night.